This was called the Pantheon de la Guerre. It was done between 1914 and 1918. Everybody that you see is someone. There were over 6,000 faces. It was originally 400 feet long and 45 feet high. We now have the image on computer, and go and put the crosshairs on a soldier there, and we find out we have Captain Harry S. Truman, future President of the United States. He was added at a later date. They built a round building for the Great Pantheon. You walked down some steps, down a hallway, and you came up inside the painting. It was hung in a circle, so you were almost a part of it. Wall is of the site dedication in 1921. And again, those are the great leaders at the top. Admiral Beatty, General Pershing, General Foch, General Diaz, and General Jacques. Also, you would find in that grouping the future General Marshall, Eddie Rickenbacker, the famous ace. That is also on computer now too. We can go up and do anybody up there. This one was originally French, the Pantheon. When it was reconfigured, the United States is now in the center. We have a mural on that wall in memoriam for those who were lost. That is Victory. And two of the military consoling family members for their loss, and the lost French soldiers in the background in a destroyed just forgot the word, church cathedral. And these three murals on the back wall were added to show more of the contributions of women. The center panel is primarily medical, nurses and helpers. The panel on the right, you saw the flags downstairs, the blue stars and the gold stars. This has blue stars on each corner. That is the loved one returning to his wife and mother. And the final panel of these three is the gold star panel. That is a loved one who is not coming home to his mother. And you can see in the background the figure of death cutting the room of life.
Kind of like Christ-like scene in a way, like something you might see in the Middle Ages from Christianity.
On the west wall, that is We Are the Dead. There are the names of 440 men and one woman who called Kansas City home, who died as combatants in the Great War. There's many things you can do in this room. Like this first glass case has the belongings of Dr. Fitzsimmons. It adds a local touch to this. He graduated from KU Medical School. He was at the old St. Mary's Hospital in Kansas City. He is the first American officer killed in action. From those workstations, we can pull him up on We Are the Dead and get his date of death and how he was killed and his next of kin. To make it even a little more powerful, if we look up here, where the golden laurel is up here, the girl holding golden laurel, right below her is a little white-haired lady. That's Mrs. Fitzsimmons, his mother.
This eerie proving grounds over here in the Great Lakes, I live kind of close to that, Camp Perry.
That's about it. Did you walk here?
Yes.